Here's a look at some other top stories we are following for you from around the metro. The 11th Circuit Federal Appeals Court in Atlanta appears unlikely to hear the appeal of a lawsuit that sought to stop Georgia from certifying its election results. The lawsuit brought by attorney Lin Wood was dismissed last week. The suit argued that Georgia's election was carried out unconstitutionally, referring to how the state handled absentee ballots. In a letter to Wood's attorneys arguing the case, the 11th Circuit judges seemed to question how they could provide injunctive relief now that Georgia's election results have been certified. Wood was given until 9 a.m. next Tuesday to submit an argument on the jurisdictional question.